When you think of Hollywood power couples, George Clooney and Amal Clooney are undoubtedly one of the first names that come to mind. With their stunning looks, successful careers, and undeniable chemistry, it seemed like they had it all. But recent developments have raised questions about the state of their relationship, and it's not the picture-perfect image that everyone once thought. In fact, George Clooney himself recently opened up about the breakdown of his relationship and his deep thoughts on what went wrong with his marriage to Amal. What he revealed is shocking, and you'll want to hear this all the way through. So, what really happened? George Clooney, known for his impeccable charm and wit, has always been somewhat private about his personal life. However, in a rare moment of vulnerability, he pulled back the curtain on his marriage to Amal and opened up about the factors that led to their current situation. But the revelations weren't just about the breakup, it was about how he views Amal, the difficulties they faced, and his personal growth. Stick with us till the end, because what he said about Amal will absolutely leave you speechless. To truly understand where George Clooney is coming from, we first need to reflect on the start of his relationship with Amal. When they first got together, it was like something straight out of a fairy tale. Clooney, the infamous bachelor, finally settled down with Amal Clooney, a brilliant human rights lawyer. The two seemed to have everything going for them. They were the golden couple of Hollywood. Their wedding in 2014 was a major event, with the media buzzing about their glamorous nuptials in Venice, Italy. From the outside, George Clooney and Amal Clooney appeared to be living the dream, constantly traveling together, attending charity events, and supporting one another's careers. However, as with many relationships, the cracks weren't immediately visible. Behind the glamorous public appearances, the couple faced challenges, and it wasn't long before George started to voice some concerns. In an exclusive interview, George Clooney shared some candid thoughts about his marriage to Amal, revealing more than what anyone could have expected. Clooney admitted that, although he deeply loved Amal, their dynamic had changed in a way he hadn't anticipated. He spoke about the toll that his public life, constant travel, and his own career ambitions had on their marriage. In his words, "We are two people with very strong personalities, and when you're both pursuing different goals and fighting for causes you believe in, it can be difficult to align those things. It's not always easy to balance everything, especially when the pressure builds up." What stood out most was Clooney's honesty about his own role in the relationship struggles. He took responsibility for his part in the tension, saying, "I wasn't always as present as I should have been. I think we both realized that we were moving in different directions, and that's when things started to unravel." His reflection on the situation was surprisingly candid for someone who has spent much of his career keeping his personal life under wraps. George spoke openly about the fear of not being able to meet Amal's expectations, as she's a highly accomplished woman in her own right. He confessed, "Amal is extraordinary, and she's always had her own voice, her own mission. I think at times I felt inadequate. I wanted to be there for her, but I wasn't sure I was showing up the way I should have." Despite these struggles, one thing became clear from Clooney's words: his deep admiration for Amal has never wavered. In fact, what he said about her could leave anyone in awe. He described her as one of the most intelligent, fearless, and driven people I've ever met. But more than just her intellect, George revealed how Amal's life purpose and her commitment to making a difference in the world impacted his own perspective. Amal is a force. Her work, her voice, her dedication to human rights, it's inspiring, Clooney shared. "She pushed me to be a better man. When I look at her, I don't see just a lawyer or a public figure, I see someone who fights for people who can't fight for themselves, and that's something I will always respect." While George admitted that their relationship wasn't without challenges, his admiration for Amal shines through in his words. He revealed that over the years, they've both changed, evolved, and grown in ways they never expected. But that doesn't mean it's been easy. As of now, it's unclear what the future holds for George and Amal. They've both been involved in various projects and causes, and it's apparent that they remain respectful and supportive of one another. Whether they decide to part ways or find a way to continue their journey together, one thing is certain: their relationship has had an incredible impact on both of their lives. George Clooney's honesty about his relationship with Amal has certainly taken the world by surprise. While there may be unanswered questions about their future, the public has a newfound respect for both of them. It's not often we see such raw honesty from Hollywood's elite, and George's willingness to share his vulnerabilities makes him all the more relatable. So, what do you think? Will George and Amal's relationship stand the test of time, or is it truly over? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more celebrity news and updates. Thanks for watching.